Welcome to Alley-Oop's Tales, your favorite podcast for NBA anecdotes. Today, we're diving deep into the San Antonio Spurs are the only NBA team in history to have a winning percentage of over 60% in every decade since the 1980s. The San Antonio Spurs' remarkable consistency and sustained success over multiple decades make them a standout franchise in NBA history. Since the 1980s, the Spurs have achieved a winning percentage of over 60% in every decade, a feat unmatched by any other team in the league. The Spurs' journey to becoming one of the most dominant teams in NBA history began in the early 1980s under the leadership of head coach Gregg Popovich and star center David Robinson. With a focus on team-first basketball and a commitment to excellence, the Spurs laid the foundation for what would become a dynasty of unparalleled success. Throughout the 1990s, the Spurs continued to build upon their early success, adding key pieces to their roster and establishing themselves as perennial contenders in the Western Conference. With the arrival of future Hall of Famer Tim Duncan in 1997, the Spurs ushered in a new era of dominance that would define the franchise for years to come. Under the guidance of Coach Popovich, the Spurs became known for their disciplined style of play, unselfishness, and commitment to defense. These principles became the hallmark of the Spurs' identity and were instrumental in their continued success over the decades. As the new millennium dawned, the Spurs remained at the forefront of the NBA landscape, capturing multiple championships and solidifying their status as one of the premier franchises in sports. With a roster featuring future Hall of Famers such as Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, the Spurs continued to thrive, adapting to the changing dynamics of the game while staying true to their core values. Throughout the 2000s and into the 2010s, the Spurs maintained their winning ways, consistently finishing among the top teams in the league and competing for championships year after year. Their ability to sustain success over such a prolonged period is a testament to the organization's commitment to excellence, the leadership of Coach Popovich, and the dedication of the players who have worn the silver and black. Today, the San Antonio Spurs stand as a model of consistency and excellence in professional sports. Their unparalleled success over multiple decades has earned them the admiration and respect of basketball fans around the world, solidifying their place in NBA history as one of the greatest franchises of all time. If you're a fan of NBA anecdotes, then Alley-Oop's Tales is your ultimate podcast destination. Subscribe now to dive into a world of captivating stories, legendary moments, and behind-the-scenes gems from the NBA. Don't miss out. Join us on Alley-Oop's Tales for an unforgettable journey through basketball history.